So we are doing a green cooler from Ultimate Squad versus Zamasu and Goku Black matchup. This is a blue-green experimental deck that my friend is testing out, and he decided he wanted to test it against possibly one of the most competitive decks of the current format. Arguably a tier 1 deck. And swings at my leader and I take the life. It's an interesting attempt to try and bring Zamasu and Goku Black, who got obviously support in the Realm of the Gods set, because they've got the card that negates energy exhaust if your leader is Goku Black, and right here the leader is a Goku Black. Obviously he won't, as far as I'm aware, I don't think he can use it when he awakens. I bring out the Unison that searches for the 1-drop cooler card, which is very underrated because it gives you the option if you want to take a life, which is very handy for if you're in a matchup where your opponent won't allow you to awaken. Your leader takes a life and your 1-drop cooler allows you to take a life and gain 1500 power when you use the drop area. And the beauty is that he can also gain 1500 on your opponent's turn, so your opponent will be less likely to try and get rid of him. It's almost kind of like an inbuilt protection if you have a way of swapping your Unisons out with the counter attack Unisons or the counter play Unison, allowing you to add battle power to your cooler. But at the moment, you got the counters up to 4, so the empowering is pretty much easy. The cooler deck's up and running and going. Tries to counterplay, bring out the Goku Black card, or adds the Goku Black card, sorry, to hand from the leader swing. So that is going to be a counter attack card, counter attack and play. I swing with the Unison. Of course, for the Zamasu deck to get going, and this is why it's not a good matchup for Goku Black and Zamasu, is that you need to be able to get Goku Blacks on the field to do Union Patora stuff. So every time he would bring out a Goku Black, I'd think to myself, I have to get rid of it ASAP to stop him from doing any of his Union Patora stuff. He counterplays out the surprise attack Frieza because he doesn't want to see a 15k Frieza come out on the field, and he knows this is a ultra aggro build of cooler, and I got the Galactic Emperor to hand, which is an incredibly handy one because not only does it rip a card from my opponent's hand and gain plus 10,000 power, it also empowers 3, which, you know, it's a small difference, but when you're trying to bring out the boss monster, every counter helps. And the fact he's also 1-cost Unison, to me, is just so good, and helps out the strategy significantly. He's super combo, so I was hoping to swing here with my Galactic Emperor, then swing my Unison, swap the Unisons out, take a life, awaken. But unfortunately the Eliminator stopped all that, and the super combo stopped my plan of getting rid of the surprise attack Frieza, and then the rest of my leader, meaning I can't awaken this turn. So I should have really looked out for that. I should, you know, when it comes to this match, and how comes another Goku Black. When it comes to this fight, matchup in particular, I probably should have changed my game plan up a little bit. I'm gonna dormant potential now. I know some people might say, "Oh, you shotgunned the." You know, he only had 2 attacks max, and you wanted to awaken, so it's probably best just to take the hits. But I wanted to stop that Goku Black from hitting the field, so it's one of the odd times where the blowing up effect is actually the more important part of that, because I just didn't want him to Union Patora at all. I'm gonna stop that as much as possible. Swinging with the leader now. So I want to take that life. Yeah, so I just didn't really care about getting maximum thing out of it. I just didn't want to face another super. Yeah, he has the super combo in hand, so if I'd swung with something else, my leader would have put rest and would have been able to take the life to awaken. So that ended up proving to be the better strategy in my opinion anyway. I bring out the Goku, but he brings out the Eliminator. I was taking the markers off the Spirit Boost, but he eliminated it. I kind of rushed the gun a bit, but I bring out the Doria, take a life to do the double strike. He's only on one life, so the double strike doesn't matter, and I bring out the Gohan, which has deflect, and unfortunately I can't blow up the Zamasu the Eliminator because it has indestructible. It's one of those little things you keep forgetting. He can't replace with the Goku Black. I'm going to bring out the charismatic villain because, as I say, I just don't want him to be able to use Potara. Obviously he has the Goku Black in his energy, so he could use that for Potaring, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. And maybe it's only one of the Goku Blacks allows that. I'm not the expert on Goku Black or Zamasu, but at the moment I'm trying to keep it at bay. So we have a standstill. I'm all tapped out here. I'm on 3 life and my opponent is on 1 life. So I really didn't want to have to pass turn because he could go for an all-out swing and take the 3 life, and I had very little to defend myself. He swings with his leader onto the surprise attack Frieza, which was a surprise to me. I thought he'd just go for game. He has the Zamasu Eliminator hand and he gets rid of the surprise attack Frieza because I didn't see the point in trying to protect it. I play back, it's on the field. I bring a charismatic villain again, just trying to make sure I absolutely do not have to deal with Union Potara. So it's my turn now. If I have plenty of options to attack. Tapping 1, bringing out my double strike cooler. I know he has a Zamasu Eliminator in hand, and I just kind of feel like I should try and bait it out because this is going to force him to discard. So he'll bounce this back to hand. Now I wasn't sure if I was allowed to play this again because I didn't hit the field, but I didn't want to take the risk, so I decided, and to be honest, it was probably better to go for the Goku because he gains he can gain 5,000 power if I need. I swing with the Gohan. Then I swing with the Goku. He negates that. Swinging with the Frieza now. I boosted one earlier in the turn, and then I'm going to combo to make it 30. I'm just trying to rip cards out of his hand. Annoyingly enough, he goes for the super combo and switches my lead to rest mode. So all the lessons I learned out the window. I should have swung with that. I didn't even have a unison hand that. I didn't even have a unison hand that was necessarily needed. I swing with the Dodoria, take a life, and super combo to go to 25k. Will it be enough? That's comboing with the Eliminators, which says to me he must be out of counter attack, so I feel like I can play this Dodoria. I know it's not going to get negated. It's just kind of surprising with the amount of cards in hand he has that he doesn't have negates, and I get the super combo from my life. So I get to go up to 25.